Hello, wonderful humans. Today I'm here to lead you through a 5-minute mobility routine that goes through the 5 most important areas of the body that you need to stretch and move every day for function and health of your entire body. So here we go. We're going to start with the neck. So it's very important that we can move our neck in all the ways it was designed to move. So you can start with just some simple neck rolls, making like a U shape, moving slowly, breathing, noticing how it feels in there. Maybe that will continue into a circle the other direction, looking up, looking down. We don't look up as often as we should these days, so I like to tell people, look at the sky, see what's going on up there every day. That's going to help your neck. Side to side, maybe adding the arm on the head and just gently letting that fall. Bringing the nose down towards the armpit. Always working gently when we're stretching our neck. So you can continue with that longer, but I'm going to move through. So after the neck, we're going to go into the shoulders. So just check in with your shoulders. How are they feeling? Similarly to the neck, we're just going to start with some gentle shoulder rolls, going forward and going back. How does that feel in there? Any cracking, any popping? Does one side feel tighter than the other side? Just observing your own body. We could reach the arms up, shoulder flexion, and press the arms back, shoulder extension. So just from the side, reaching up, seeing how far back those arms go. That's called flexion of the shoulder joint, and this is extension of the shoulder joint. Rotation of the shoulder joint. I like to make fists and feel my core engage, so I'm nice and stable through my posture as I just work on rotating in and out of the shoulder. This is surprisingly harder than it looks for a lot of people. So can we actually turn from the top of the shoulder, not just from the elbow? And be aware that when we do this, we're not getting the traps involved, but we're allowing the shoulder girdle to stay still, and we're just moving the arm bone, the upper arm bone, in that shoulder socket. We can play with shoulder internal rotation and external rotation. Again, from the side, seeing how far internally the shoulders can rotate and how far externally the shoulders can rotate. Restoring all these movements of the shoulder joints and all the joints in the body, as I'll show you, is very important for health and happy joints. Okay, after that, we'll go into the spine. So I'm going to start with a roll down, tucking my chin to the chest, letting my head fall forward, bending my knees, and just softly rolling down. Take a breath at the bottom and rolling up. Now this is also, perhaps, for some people, going to stretch the backs of the legs. We're going to be moving into the tissues of the back. But really what this is doing is getting the spine moving. We can also add some arm and shoulders. So going into a little spinal extension, and then exhaling as we come down, spinal flexion. Inhaling, spinal extension. Exhale, spinal flexion. Continuing with the spine, I'm going to come onto all fours and move into everyone's favorite, the cat-cow. So again, using the breath, inhaling to prepare, exhaling to round into flexion, inhaling as you extend. And like I said before, you can do this a lot longer than I'm showing you right now, but also a little bit goes a long way. We can't just move the spine forward and back, we also need to move our spine in multi-dimensions. So for our spinal rotation, we can lift that through. Really think about rotating the entire rib cage around. Using the breath, inhale, exhale to rotate. Other side, inhale, exhale to rotate. Doing this at your own pace, finding what areas need a little bit more attention and maybe hold it there a bit longer. Your right and left sides are probably going to be different, and that's okay. The final spinal movement we need for our health is lateral flexion or side-to-side movement. So simply just coming over to a side bend and other side. And you're going to feel a nice stretch along the side body. Nice. Moving on to hips. So to begin the hips, just simply sitting nice and tall, feet wide, and just let those knees fall side to side into windshield wipers. So see if you can really relax your legs and just let those hips soften. Noticing what you feel, noticing if one side is stickier than the other side. This is a great thing to do every single day. We're working on an internal and external rotation of the hip joint. Okay, another movement for the hips, coming into 90-90 position. So 90 degrees with my leg in the front, 90 degrees with my leg in the back. If this is really challenging for you to sit on the floor like this, you can put a block or a cushion underneath that front hip, and that will make things easier. So putting the hand on your back hip will just gently rock that hip forward and back. And again, you can do this for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 seconds. It can vary day by day. It will vary depending on what type of exercise you're doing. This is just a general guide for overall joint health. Everybody should be doing these movements every single day. Good. From there, I'm going to move into a bit more of a glute stretch, lifting up and coming over. And you can move through this a couple times. Inhale to lift, exhale to fall, and just enjoy that stretch. Nice. Moving to the other side. Good. So rotating that hip forward and back. Unsticking all that glue deep in the hip joint. This is particularly good if you sit a lot. And coming forward, inhale to lift. Exhale, tipping over, getting into that glute. And finishing off the hips with a little windshield wiper. Just reassess. Maybe things opened up even after those couple of stretches. The final thing we're going to do is ankle circles. We love to forget about our feet, and it's really too bad because our feet are probably the most important part of our body because we spend all of our time on our feet. And when our ankles become limited in their mobility, it's going to affect the entire body. So I recommend everybody do some kind of ankle movement every single day. So here's my favorite one, very simple. Just laying on your back, grabbing behind your thigh, just going to flex and extend that foot. How far back can you pull those toes? And then how far forward can you point the toes? Working through the ball of the foot. Think about fanning and spreading the toes. And then from there we can move into some circles. You might hear some little cracks or pops. It's all good as long as it doesn't hurt. And circle the other way. As you do this, try to keep your shins still, so we're really just moving at the ankle joint. And then you can finish with straight flexing and extending again. And of course, do that on the other side, flexing and extending. And circling the ankle, really working those feet so that they can work well for you. Great. And just to finish off, I'm going to come into a downward dog to integrate some of that movement. Taking a breath. And walking my hands back to my feet, slowly roll up through the spine. Just reassessing, see how that feels. And for our final movement, the deep squat. So deep squat, we can have our legs slightly externally rotated, coming down, sinking the hips as low as they can go. Think about pressing your elbows back into your knees and sending your heart forward and up and relaxing the shoulders back. This is a great movement for mobility of the ankles, the hips, the spine, even the shoulders. So you can say that this position here is a full body mobility position. I recommend you spend a little bit of time every day in this awesome position. It might not feel so great at the beginning, but if you stick with it, you'll see the results. Thanks for watching and enjoy your mobility routine, the 5 most important parts of the body to stretch and move every